So now let's go have a look at the Dow Jones. Okay, so let's have a look at the Dow Jones, and right now we're looking at the weekly chart. And what I want to do is I want to show the parallel trend line from here to here. Okay, so I'm just going to do a nice straight trend line. I'm just going to pick up the troughs. Let's move this over a bit. I'm just going to pick up the troughs all through there. One trough, two trough. And once again, I'm going to create a parallel trend line. And as we can see, just by drawing that there, we can see that we have a nice channel there. Okay, so we have the top channel here. This is a weekly chart. Top channel point through here. We have the bottom channel through here. Okay, and if we create another parallel trend line, we can see just by centerizing this point, this one right here, right there, you can see something here. Let's have a look at this here. We can see that we had all good support through here. Okay, all good support through there. You can see it bounced off that point there, had a resistance point through there, bounced off there, and we're heading towards that right now on the weekly chart on the S&P. Okay, so that actually looks pretty strong there, and that looks pretty strong, and it looks like it might be able to continue high and at least hit this other channel, this channel there. So that's the actual overall channel on the weekly chart. Okay, so we have a very nice defined channel here. Now, there's another channel within the channel here, and what I'm talking about is this. If we just zoom in a bit, let's see if we can. There we go. Yep. So let's zoom in a bit, and one thing we can see here is if we go from this point right here to this point right here, we can see we have another channel within a channel. Okay, so now we have the big channel, the pitchfork, so to speak, and now I'm going to show you another channel within a channel. Okay, and as we can see, that's what's happening right now. We have this support line through here, the resistance and support. Let's go to the daily chart and I'll show you a bit closer there. Okay, so now we're looking at the daily chart, so it's a bit much closer so you can see it. And as we can see, the Dow's ran right up to the top here, right up to the top, and sort of just failed where we are right now. Okay, fix that up. Remember, that's the weekly trend line. This is the daily channel here itself. Okay, so you can see that we have this top channel here and this bottom channel here, which is actually creating another channel. Now, if I create another line and show you this point right there, bingo. Well, if I zoom it in a bit, you'll be able to see. Let's go over to the weekly chart. Let's see if we can see it much clearer there. Alright, there we go, beautiful. As we can see, we're actually, looks a bit messy, but there's actually a channel within a channel. So we have the big major weekly channel. Okay, so this is the major weekly channel here. Major weekly channel, major weekly channel. But then we have another small channel within the channel. Okay, so what does that mean at the end of the day? Well, if we have a look at this, if we could step back and have a big look at this, we could see that we're right now at a whole bunch of resistance point through here. And if we do start to break up, we've still got a lot of resistance point coming through all these different points here. Okay, now if we do start to break up and stay above strong, it looks like we could run right up to about, say, even close to 1300 on the Dow. Okay, and I know that's a big move, but if we move up strong and continue strong, looks like we might be able to get to 1300 on the Dow. If that does not happen and we start to break and we start to get a lot of sellers in, then it looks like we could get all the way back down to, say, around about 1100 or something like that. 11,000, should I say? 11,000, 11,100. Okay, so by looking at this chart here, on this, and again, I'm just bringing up the daily charts. I'm not looking at any indicators or any other things that I look at myself, but by looking at this chart here, it does look like that if this point does not hold here, if we drop down, we're likely to find a bit of support. If the Dow drops down, we're likely to find a bit of support. If it drops down even harder, looks like we're going to have a nice big crack down through there. But even though if it does do that, remember, we're still in a big overall upward channel. Okay, so even if we do have a bit of a pullback, remember, the trend is still up. Okay, so there we go. There we have it with the Dow Jones.